Have you ever waited for a message from someone and when it didn't come, your chest actually hurt, like physically hurt, and you thought, why? Why is this happening to me over a text message? Just imagine you sent a message. Maybe it was something simple. Maybe it wasn't, but you sent it and now you're staring at your phone, waiting 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, nothing. And here's the weird part. You're not just annoyed. You feel it in your body. Your stomach is tight. Your chest feels heavy. You keep checking your phone even when you know there's no notification, and you start thinking, what did I do wrong? Did I say something stupid? Did they stop caring? Are they talking to someone else right now? And just like that, your whole mood is gone. Your whole day is ruined over a message, over silence, over one person. If this has ever happened to you, this video is exactly for you. Because today I want to talk about something nobody explains properly. Why does rejection, even the smallest kind, feel like actual physical pain? Why does one person's silence have so much power over your peace? Let me tell you about someone. I'll call her Sara. Sara was not the kind of person who got attached easily. She was smart. She was independent. She had her own life, her own goals. But then she met someone and something shifted inside her. In the beginning, everything felt electric. He would text her back immediately. He would remember small things she said. He made her feel like she was the most interesting person in the world. And Sara, she started building her day around those little moments. That morning message, that late night call, that feeling of being chosen. And then slowly, it started to change. He took longer to reply. His energy felt different. And Sara noticed. Oh, she noticed. But instead of talking to him, she started watching, analyzing every word, every punctuation. He said okay and not okay. Does that mean something? He didn't use an emoji today. He read my message but didn't reply for 3 hours. She started living inside her own head, replaying conversations, looking for signs she missed. And the more she overthought, the worse she felt. Because the mind, when it's anxious, does not search for good answers. It searches for the worst ones and always finds them. One day he didn't text her at all, and Sara sat in her room feeling something she couldn't explain. It wasn't sadness exactly, it was more like panic, like her body was going into alarm mode. Her hands were shaking a little, her throat felt tight. She couldn't focus. She couldn't eat properly, and she kept thinking, he's fine. I'm the problem. Something is wrong with me. That's when Sara realized something. She didn't just like this person. She had handed him the remote control to her emotions, and she didn't even know when that happened. Hey, if what I'm saying is hitting close to home right now, do me one small favor. Hit that subscribe button, because what I'm about to explain next about what's actually happening in your brain, this is the part that changes everything. Don't miss it. Here's what nobody tells Sara. Here's what nobody tells us. The pain she was feeling was real. It wasn't in her imagination. It wasn't her being dramatic. Science actually confirms it. When you feel rejected by someone you care about, your brain activates the same regions that process physical pain. The same regions, which means rejection, emotional rejection, literally hurts the same way a broken bone hurts. Your brain cannot tell the difference. And the more attached you are to someone, the stronger that pain becomes, because your brain had already made that person part of your reward system. When they gave you attention, you felt good. When they disappeared, your brain went into withdrawal, like missing a drug. That's not weakness, that's biology. And then there's the overthinking loop. When you're anxious about someone, your brain goes into threat detection mode. It starts searching for danger. And because it's anxious, it only finds worst case answers. They don't care. I said something wrong, they found someone better. This loop runs on its own. You don't choose it. But here's the part that finally helped Sara. She realized the pain wasn't really about him. The pain was about her, about how she had forgotten herself somewhere along the way, about how she had slowly made her own peace dependent on someone else's behavior. And that is something she could actually change. She started small. Instead of checking her phone first thing in the morning, she started reading. Instead of replaying conversations in her head, she started journaling. Instead of waiting for someone to choose her, she started choosing herself every single day. Did the feelings go away overnight? No, but something shifted. She started to feel her own weight again, her own presence. She stopped feeling like a shadow, waiting for someone to give her light, and slowly she came back to herself. Not the version that needed constant reassurance, but the version that trusted herself, the version that knew, my peace is mine. Nobody can take it unless I give it away. And here's what I want you to take from this. Your peace cannot live inside someone else's hands. The moment you give another person that much control over how you feel, you've already lost. Not because they're bad, but because no one can be consistent enough to hold your entire entire emotional world. Not every silence means rejection. Sometimes people are busy. Sometimes they're going through something. But when you're emotionally dependent, your brain automatically writes the worst story. So before you spiral, pause. Take a breath. Ask yourself, am I reacting to reality or to the story my anxiety wrote? And please hear this, feeling the pain doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. Don't run from it. Don't numb it. Sit with it for a moment. Ask it what it's trying to tell you, because usually the pain is pointing to something inside you that needs healing, not something the other person needs to fix. Build a life that doesn't wait for anyone. Have things that fill you up that have nothing to do with whether someone texts you back. A hobby, a goal, a morning routine. Friends who actually show up. When your life is full, one person's silence becomes a moment, not a crisis. And remember this, the right connection will not make you feel like this. Real love does not keep you in a constant state of anxiety. It does not make you analyze every word. When you stop accepting anxious love as normal, you create space for something that actually feels safe. So if you're sitting somewhere right now, phone in hand, waiting for someone who isn't texting back, put the phone down. Not because they don't matter, but because you matter more. You always did.